Starting an eBay dropshipping store allows you to start making money online pretty passively without having a lot of money to get started. Unfortunately though, you'll never start a successful dropshipping store if you use some of the outdated techniques that most people are teaching online these days. So in this video, I'm going to show you step by step what actually works in 2024 and how you can get started with just a laptop and an internet connection. For those of you who don't know, dropshipping is a really simple way to start making money online. This is basically how it works. You're going to be listing up some products for sale online. A shopper is then going to come along and buy an item from you, and then you buy the item for less money from a supplier who will ship it directly to the customer. So what this means is that this is very hands-off for you. You don't need to buy any inventory up front. You don't need to store any inventory. And that's because you don't actually buy anything until after someone has already purchased it from you. That means you don't run the risk of having all this inventory that might never sell. And it costs a lot less to get started. So let me show you an example. Here I am on eBay. There's this seller selling this bookshelf for about $74. You can see this item has sold a few times already. If we were to buy this item from this seller on eBay, all they're going to do is turn around and buy the exact same item for less money from Walmart, but when they go through the checkout process, they're going to enter in my shipping address. That way the item comes directly to me. And in a nutshell, that is what we're doing with this dropshipping model. So it's a relatively simple way to get started. And because of that, I believe that if you try this, you're going to be able to make at least one sale with this. And if you can make one sale, then all you have to do is repeat this process over and over again to grow an actual dropshipping business. But let me show you now how to actually do that. Before we do anything else, you are going to need an eBay account. So if you don't have one already, come over to ebay.com and click on the left here, the top left, where it says register. Now, once on this page, it's going to ask you if you want to create a personal account or a business account. If it gives you this option, you want to go with a business account. It has some additional benefits, and you are looking to actually build a successful business here that is real. So go ahead and select business if you have that option. If you already have an eBay account, then you don't need to go through this process. You want to go ahead actually and use the account that you already have. Now, at this point, you may be wondering why we are selling on eBay of all places. Personally, before I started doing this, I really thought eBay was dead, but I was very wrong. There are actually a lot of people that still shop on eBay every single day. And of all the places that I've tried to dropship, I've found that eBay is one of the best places that you can start selling as a beginner, really because it has some very unique advantages over other websites. So first, eBay is a marketplace. That means there are customers that come on here every single day looking for things to buy. So instead of building your own website and running ads to try to get people to visit your website and then hoping that they'll actually buy something from your website, you can instead sell where the customers already are here on eBay. You don't need to build the website, you don't need to pay for ads, and you can get up and running really in just a few hours. Now, of course, eBay isn't the only marketplace out there. Amazon, for instance, is another marketplace where there's customers shopping here. But eBay, I have found, is probably the simplest place, the simplest marketplace to start selling on as a beginner. It's really not hard to get set up and registered with an account, and they're not as strict with their rules as other websites like Amazon. It's just going to end up being a much smoother process for you as a new dropshipper. All right, let's dive in now to the actual strategies that are working in 2024. The first thing you need to understand is that most beginners make eBay dropshipping way more complicated than it needs to be. They then get all in their head about it and overwhelmed, and they slow down their progress, or worse, they just give up in frustration. If you actually know what you're doing though, you're gonna see that this is really simple. In fact, many of the things that beginners worry about are things that we can actually automate with software. So this is a software that I use to run my dropshipping stores. It's called AutoDS. I'll show you in a minute how it works, but this basically does everything for you. Everything from like listing items to a lot of the back-end systems as well. I can come in here and see my orders, my products. There's just a whole lot that it can do. It's not the only software I use for my dropshipping store, but it's definitely one of the most important ones. If, however, you want a list of all of the software and tools I recommend for dropshipping, then click the first link in the description or in the comments section down below. From there, you'll be able to download this free guide that I put together that lists out all of the software that I use and why I use it. There's also going to be links to all of the software in there as well that will get you free or pretty much free trials. And as a bonus, there are some helpful tips about dropshipping inside this guide that I have never revealed on YouTube. Okay, so back to AutoDS, let me show you how easy this makes it to add items into your eBay store. So I've also added the AutoDS Chrome extension because anytime you go to a product you want to sell, like let's say on Amazon here, it will add this button right here that will allow me to import that item to AutoDS. So if I go ahead and click on that, I'll just wait a moment. And then I come back over to AutoDS, and if I come to my drafts here, I can see this item right here at the top. So what I can do is I can go ahead and open it to edit it. And you can see this brought in all the information about it, like the title, it automatically selected a category and a bunch of tags. It automatically created shipping policies based on how long it would take for the item to be delivered. It pulled in the description for me. It also has all of the images here as well. So really it does all of that heavy lifting for me. And once I'm ready to actually list it, I can click on Save and Import, and that will then be live in my eBay store, ready for someone to buy. I can even then set it up so that as soon as an order comes in, this will actually automatically order the item for me. Let me show you some more examples. So let's say I come over and let's say I'm going to search here for industrial food scales. And let's say I just want to sell all of these items. Well, right here on the search results page, I can click on this and I can click a couple buttons and now I can list all of these items into my eBay store with just a few clicks instead of having to go through each one by one. And this doesn't just work with Amazon. I can see over here that this works with a whole lot of different suppliers. We have AliExpress, Home Depot, Sam's Club, Walmart, Wayfair, Amazon. What else do we have here? We have CJ Dropshipping, Banggood, Costco. I mean, it's a really, really long list with a lot of different suppliers. And that's really important because the more suppliers you can work with, the more items you can add into your store and have different items that other people aren't selling in their stores. And again, once you add it with this, it automates a lot. So let's say I listed this item. Where'd it go? This one right here. And let's say the price on Amazon changed. Let's say it went up in price. Well, because I listed this with AutoDS, then if the price changes on Amazon, either up or down, it will automatically update the price in my eBay store without me having to do anything. And if this item goes out of stock on Amazon, well, it's going to make sure the item becomes unavailable in my eBay store for me. So hopefully you can see how much time this saves you, how much of a headache this saves you. Because if you have hundreds of items listed, you don't have to go through each of those items every single day to check if the price changed or if the item went out of stock, because now all of that is done for you automatically. And really, if you didn't have a software like this, it would be impossible to run a successful dropshipping store without it. So with all of that on autopilot, there's no need for you to worry about listing items manually, repricing them, checking if they're in stock, or even ordering items, which leaves plenty of time for you to do the most important task of all, which is finding winning products to dropship. And for that, I like to use this software called Zeek. And again, a link to this will be inside that free guide, which you can download down below. Now, this software is designed by dropshippers specifically to help us dropshippers find those winning products to dropship onto eBay as quickly as possible. And this has always been the software that I've gone to because it is just the fastest and the most reliable. So right when you log in, the software will immediately start to give you some products that you can dropship, and it will tell you how well they're doing. So for instance, I can see right here that this Pokemon set has sold 32 times, about 22 times in the past month, and there's about a $7 profit on that. So you get enough of those products in, $7 a few times a day for an entire month. You can see that that does add up over time. This is another one that has about a $5 profit, and you can click right here. This would actually bring you over to Walmart to this exact product, so you don't have to actually search around for it. I really like coming over to this section that has the trending dropshippers. This is very inspirational because it shows you how well some other people are doing with eBay dropshipping, and even will show you which of their products are doing the best. So for instance, this seller is doing about $64,000 a month in sales. I'm going to click on this. This is going to scan all their products in their store and tell us which ones are the most popular. So whatever this is, like this car deadening mat, has sold 23 times in the past month. This snowmobile dolly roller system is sold 14 times in the past month. So that's very important because if items are selling right now, that's what you're looking for. You want these items that are hot and popular right now. Then all you have to do is go over to your supplier's website and see if you can find something similar or the exact same item to sell yourself. For instance, I came over here to Amazon and I found plenty of these snowmobile dollies being sold here. So I can go ahead and list them now with AutoDS using that bulk import tool or just individually one by one. There's a lot more that you can do as well. So another feature that I really like is coming over here to the left, coming to the product research tool. And this allows you to kind of put anything you want in here and start searching for it. So I can put in here, again, industrial food scale and click on search. And then coming down here to the actual products listed, this is where I can really get an idea of which of these scales are doing the best. So I see like this one has sold twice in the past month, but the other ones really aren't doing too well. So this is telling me that, you know what, this isn't the best category to be selling on. I'm not gonna waste my time selling these because no one's really doing great with them. So let's remove the word industrial and just do regular food scale and see if we maybe get some better results with that. And if that's maybe a category of item we do want to sell in. So coming down here, the results are much, much better. I can see that like these ones are selling 200 times a month. This one is sold 80 times a month. This one sold 80. And I like to see what they all kind of have in common. So these look like metal looking, maybe stainless steel, very simple flat scales, right, that are very thin. So that's what I would be looking for on my supplier's website. So I can look here for food scale, and I'm going to look for similar ones. You know, all of these look very similar to the ones we saw on Zeek here. So those are the ones that I would actually be adding into my store because I know that they do well. So what do you think? Are you planning on starting or growing your eBay dropshipping store this year? Let me know in the comments section down below what your plans are, and I'll pick one random comment and that person will win a free coaching call from me. So just make sure you leave a comment and give this video a thumbs up. Then if you want more help with product research, check out this video right here where I go much more in depth into how to find the best products to sell on eBay.